Amaechi.
Well, I bring greetings from former Vice President Atiku, who has directed that I represent him in this conference. Maybe he chose me not only because I'm the vice presidential candidate, but because I'm also a lawyer. Coalition as it is today is difficult to achieve. If it is possible, I'm sure that Vice President Atiku will be willing to participate. But the difficulty in it is everybody has ambition. Nobody wants to give up. There are very few politicians who are in love with Nigeria. You can clap as much as you want. There are very few politicians who are in love with Nigeria. What the politicians are doing is just to come in and make the country dry. I know the question that will come from one of you now will be, were you not one of them? Yes, I'm one of them. It's a quick question, I'm one of them, but when you go out to the street, as you live here, you will see 2 new primary schools I built. They've been abandoned. The road across was built by me. The road here was built by me, so I'm different. And the ADC provides for you a different kind of leadership completely. If you can't perform, please don't vote for us. That's our position. If you can't perform. When we were campaigning, especially me, I say to the world, literally every politician contesting for election, apart from him and some few others, have held one position or the other. So why are you finding it difficult to choose from one? Go and do a referendum on all of us. Look at those who have stolen your money. Don't vote for them. Look at those who are exhibiting their wealth. Don't vote for them. Look at those who have governed states and say, what have they governed? What have they done? So coalition may not be able to work because individual politicians have their ambitions and they don't want to give up. And since they don't want to give up, Nigerians should come together and vote for experience and capacity. That's what I think.
Well, thank you very much.
Referendum. We have all served in government. Atiku has served in government. Governor Peter has served in government. I have served in government. All others, apart from he and this, assess us by our last performance and choose. Don't just go because you are from Ikure or you're from Momoko and choose your.
Okay.
No, that's why we're running down.
Okay. So your principal issued a policy, a statement just a few days ago, and it appears he has deviated from his previous position. Is that true?
I want to address the conference standing. Nigeria is in a state of shock. Poor people are dying every day. The reason why people are dying is that when I tell Nigerian economists that we have no economy, they say it's not true, we have an economy. But an economy that does not provide money in the pocket of Nigerians is not an economy. Any economist who says we are making progress and there is poverty in the pockets of Nigerians must be a very bad economist. Now, let me give you figures. Now, currently, we have 11.8 million vehicles. Industries are not working, so we assume that consumption of the industries are not as much as the vehicles. Where is this subsidy money going to? It's going to the private pockets of your president. I call them Alibaba and the 40 thieves. If anybody goes into office as president and allows you to continue to suffer, the person is a wicked man. It will take us 2-3 years to be able to reverse this economy to a productive economy. Anybody who tells you that is a magician. If he tells you that in 1-2-3 years he will turn the economy around, is a person must be lying. What Vice President Atiku is proposing is not to deviate from removal of subsidy or not. He's saying that in the first 4 years that we take back this office, we will put money in the pockets of Nigerians to be able to buy this fuel. And we're not funding. Can you listen? Can you listen?
Thank you. Please,
can you listen
to him. Thank you.
I'm coming to the how. The how is we will encourage local production. We will only subsidize local production. How is you provide cheap crude for them to refine and sell at a cheap cost. That way individuals will be able to buy fuel. Now, when they are not able to provide subsidy to provide for cheap production, what happens? You are paying more for electricity, you are paying more for transportation. Everything in the economy is running helter-skelter. We will provide you with all the necessary tools for subsidy for only local production to encourage employment, which will create jobs.
Okay.
Whoever says it's not possible should wait and see.
Okay. Thank you very much.
I will plead with you to give me more time. The reason why I'm pleading with you is that I'm the only person who has fought insecurity amongst all of us here. When I took over as governor of Rivers State, it was a no-go area. Nobody could visit, and I took a decision. What decision did I take? I withdrew all soldiers from roadblocks. Go back to your barracks. And they did. And the GOC was scared and was mad. They said, why? I said, I know what I'm doing. The first thing I did was, I agreed with Governor P2B that insecurity is a product of poverty. So the first thing is not physical policing, it's economy. What did we do? We decided to build over 500 primary schools. For each primary school, you employ 50 persons. We decided to build over 300 health centers. For each health center, you employ 50 persons. We decided to build over 200 roads. For each road, you employed 500 persons. Then, once the economy started improving, crime began to reduce. So, that's why I give more time. Just wait, don't clap. Because I say judge us by our performance and make your decisions. Now, after that, what did we do? We engaged Nigerian security. What's the problem? Equipment, we buy you the equipment. We went to the president and sought for approval to buy all the necessary equipment that they needed, and we bought them. We made sure there are consequences for action. So the kidnappers had to choose between two options. Option A, I kidnap you, I run the risk of losing my life because they will shoot. Or I go to take the employment at the health center or at road construction or primary school, and I live my life. And they were paid monthly. At the end of every month, everybody received the salary. What did I do? I declared free education. And free education was me going to school, establishing parent-teachers community association. I paid the school fees of every child. Every child. I paid it to the association, and I asked them to run the school from that. The responsibility of government is just to pay salaries. I made sure that every health center can take you free of charge. How did I handle that? I went to each health center and paid the doctor for every patient he saw. I paid the doctor for the patient. He billed, I said, bill every patient. We paid. That's why when we talk about subsidies, he said, what is government doing with their money? What is government actually doing? You have removed subsidy from this, petrol. You have removed subsidy from electricity. What are you doing with the money? The money is going to Alibaba and the 40 thieves.
Okay.
Sorry, sir. Hold on. Because I will go to what are we going to do differently from them? What Atiku's government will do differently from them, whether 1 minute or two, please. It's about policy. It's not about coming here to showcase. Now, what will the government of Atiku going to do differently from them? If we ensure that we deal with the economy that puts money in the pockets of individuals, then we'll go back to what they are doing now, what Buhari did. What did Buhari do? He got Chad, Benin Republic and others to work together with us. Intelligence gathering, being able to identify these criminals. But if you don't put money in the hands of Nigerians, no matter what you do, crime will be on the rise. If today lawyers can't pay their salaries, if you're not careful, some lawyers will become criminals because crime pays. When you do that and you begin to identify intelligence, key. When I was governor, I knew who everybody was. I knew who was doing what. I knew who entered a hotel and came out of a hotel and anywhere you went to. And that information was passed to me every day. And I knew what to do. Thank you.
You can proceed.
Again, I come with the issue of experience. As the former chairman of Governors Forum, the Governors Forum met and decided to support, some of us decided to support state police, others refused. When we voted, those who refused won. And I thank God they won, because my idea has changed. In place of state police, I support community policing. But I need to talk with Vice President Atiku to know what his views about policing is. But for me, as an individual, do I support state police? No, I support community policing. Why? Balance of forces. If in every village you have community policing, then the criminals won't come into the village, because they know that as they are carrying weapons, there are enough policemen with weapons to resist them. The reason why they are successful is that there are not enough security forces in those communities where they invade. So for me, I support community policing, but for my presidential candidate, I need to speak with him to know what is his ideas.
Okay, is there a difference between state police and community police?
Yes.
What's the difference?
Yes. Don't forget, I'm the vice presidential candidate. It means that he and I will sit in virtually nearly every issue. We will discuss that. But what is the difference between state police? State police is funded by the state and controlled by the state. Community police is at the local level. And the idea is not who controls it, actually. The idea is to know who is a criminal, to know how to manage each community. So, for instance, I come from Ubima. If the criminal is the normal one, he can't come to Ubima because there is a police station and there are armed men who can take them on.
All right, yes.
I will start with the person who said, I can't win the election. You know why I wanted to ask where he comes from? Where he comes from will give you the reason why he's asking the question. But again, among the opposition, the Atiku Amaechi ticket appears to be the brightest. If you look in this hall, I'm the politician. Don't shout. Most of you either be in court or waiting for court cases. I'm the politician. I've been a politician since the age of 22. I'm 61 today. So imagine 40-something years ago. Now, we have discussed coalitions. I'm surprised he's bringing it back. I will say to him, we are working hard. We need him on board to ensure that Atiku Amaechi ticket wins the election. Now, I would like to answer the guy who asked about all is fair in politics. I think it was Dino. What the president has done is that the president has declared war against Nigerians. He says all is fair in politics. And I agree with him. All is fair in Nigerian politics. We will not come to court. Don't bother your head. Don't bother yourself. Election will be won and lost on the field. Because the president has said you must win on the field. Because the court has become unnecessary arbiter of nothing. So I agree with the president that he says all is fair in politics. You saw Osun, right? Citizens had their own matches, had their own ballot papers, had everything to themselves, right? If INEC man comes, they say, show us the result sheet. You must show the result sheet. If you don't show the result sheet, there will be no what? They won't let you do. When they finish seeing the result sheet, they say, show us the ballot papers. You show the ballot, but they count the ballot papers. When they finish counting and it's the same, they say, okay, let's start voting. After voting, what did they do? They say upload. Citizens' rights and citizens' enforcement of law. They say upload. They say you can't upload here. The one I love most was in Osun. They hired a bus, put the man and the policeman inside the bus and drove into where they can get service to upload. When he uploaded, they left him to go. We will decide the president of Nigeria. You know why? Alibaba and the 40 thieves will not allow you to win. Because stealing is become a culture. I'm a student of culture. So the only way you can stop a thief is by making sure he does not win.
Okay.
That's my response to that. Unity. Check the ticket. Atiku and I are the only detribalized Nigerians on the ticket. Check Atiku. Check all his appointments. Check me. Check all my appointments. When I was Minister for Transport, I had Mamora as head of agencies. I had George Moalo as head of agencies. I had Dakuku as head of agencies. I had Hadiza as a head of agency. They come from different parts of Nigeria, including George Moalo. I am not President Tinubu. I won't appoint everybody from River State. Neither will Atiku appoint everybody from the north. Vote for us.
Governor Amaechi, these people you called, some will say you didn't appoint them. The president appointed them.
Oh, wait, okay, well, you're correct. I was a minister. But the law, all the laws say they shall be nominated by the Minister for Transport. That's what the law. Section 1 of MPA law says the Minister for Transport will nominate, and I nominated Hadiza. Go and ask her. And when I felt I was tired that she was not doing what I wanted her to do to get MPA to grow, I removed her and I went to the president.
Okay.
Asked George Moalo. I nominated George Moalo as, listen, when he walked into my office and said, we are being cheated from the southeast. I said, what are you being cheated for? He said, no appointment. I said, okay, get ready, you get an appointment. And he did. Go and ask Mamora. Mamora was my mate as speaker. I told Mamora, the best I can do for you is head of agency, and I did. So come on.
Okay.
The same with Atiku.
Okay, thank you very much, Governor Peter Obi.